Welcome to BumbleKast Live. I'm your host, Ian Flynn, the Bumble King, and joining me as always is my Bumble co-host, Kyle, JCRB Kraus.
Hello, we're back. It's the end of another month, and that means it's time to pay the bills.
It means we get to hang out for a couple of hours with all these lovely folks over in the chat.
It's true. It's true. Thank you, folks, for sending us stuff to talk about.
Just a little reminder as you send that stuff in, please send one question at a time. Wait for it to be answered before you submit another one. If you're going to send us a super chat, first, thank you very much. Second, we will do our best to get through all of them in one sitting, and if we don't, we will roll them over into the next available priority Q&A episode recording session. Thank you to Jennifer R. and Professor Rye for managing all the questions coming in from you fine listeners. Thank you to Kazi for manning the social media channels. And thank you for tuning in here at the end of September 2025. When did that happen, Kyle?
Good question. Wasn't it just MagFest?
Wasn't it just Y2K? I want to go back to those simpler times.
I don't know. You get back there.
The world is ending scenarios. The last one rolled around. It's like, oh, this again. Okay.
Can we just hurry up and get it over with? I would like to go back to MagFest. That was a simpler time, honestly.
Look at cool costumes, listen to cool music, meet cool people, eat mediocre food.
Yeah, that was the one thing that kind of sucked, was the not great food except for that one, the Chow Garden, but delicious meats.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, but we can't afford that daily.
I partook too much of the delicious meats and kind of ruined the experience, but that's my own fault, not theirs.
Yeah, well, All right. We have way more questions than we can get to immediately. We have a lot of questions. So let's stop wasting time and get into it. Just as a reminder, we still can't talk about the blue rodent. Sorry. But we can talk about anything else. So let's go. Anime Hunter 23 is going to start us off. If presented with the opportunity, which lantern ring do you think would come to you, and what would you do with that kind of power?
Oh, rage.
Oh, okay. So red is red?
Oh, yeah.
Is red rage? Okay.
Red rage. Yeah. I mean, I'm already vomiting magma as it is. So yeah, no.
Calm down.
And what would I do? Oh, I would be vomiting magma on so many people. On the commute, in the line, just all the people. Like, yes, that's a very lovely baby you have there. You don't need to take up the entire sidewalk taking a picture with your grandparents. Move!
People are surprised. You seem so chill. Cover it up well, I guess.
That's my secret cap. I'm always vomiting magma.
Ian is secretly so angry, so mad. Please don't be mad. Holy crap, what are all these super chats coming in? So many.
They are trying to appease the magma flow.
Yes, so. Keep it up. Keep it up. Wow. Just seeing a sea of yellow. Thank you, everybody. It's very helpful. It's very kind of you. I don't know about all the lantern rings, but one of the green lanterns was named Kyle, so I guess I'm stuck.
There you go.
I guess I'm stuck. I don't know.
I could see you being a Green Lantern. You've got the willpower.
Do I? I don't know.
You endure.
I'm lazy, though.
It don't matter. You endure. It's like, well, here we go again, but you do it. Yeah. No. You definitely, I can see green.
Okay, fine. All right, Comic the Hedgehog has a question. I've been working hard to publish my writing and keep getting rejected. I know it's part of the process, but it's really demoralizing. Any advice for writers stuck in the rejection trenches?
Endure, if out of spite, then nothing else. Because You know this is good. You enjoy it. And that means there's at least somebody out there that will enjoy it and be part of your audience. I would recommend looking into an agent. I have not had a lot of experience with that myself because I have thankfully had enough work coming in that I don't need one right now. I'm probably tempting fate by saying that, but at the moment, I'm okay.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but if you do seek out a literary agent, do take this pearl of wisdom. Do not pay upfront. Any literary agent worth their salt will take part of the commission when you get signed. They will not charge you up front. My father's been trying to get his own book out for years and signed an exclusivity deal with this fella who has taken him for a ride for a long time. And that has caused a great deal of consternation on his part, and part of the reason why I am vomiting magma. So, get yourself an agent, somebody who knows the ins and outs of the system, who might know an editor or might have an inroad that you do not as a novice, and do your research, find a reputable one. And this is the worst part, be prepared for further revisions, because you might find the publisher who's like, yeah, we like the core concept, don't like this, and this. Go back to manuscript. And you're going to be like, no. And you gotta, if you want to get it out there. Or self-publish and drop yourself in the middle of the ocean, but you have more control.
Yes. Yeah, it's tough. Comic the Hedgehog is following up in the chat saying that the agents are the ones rejecting me, and that's brutal.
Well, don't take that to heart just because everybody is trying to get an agent right now. That's another reason why I haven't gone looking, is because I don't want to have the added stress of hunting one down in addition to everything else I got to do.
Right.
So that was like the easy route that I knew of, and that's common knowledge. So everybody wants on that bandwagon.
Everyone's trying, yep.
But persevere. Like, I want you to succeed. I don't even know what you're writing, but I want you to succeed. And I hope that little vote of confidence means something for you.
Yep. Hero Squad asks, which video game characters did you like the voice portrayal? And that is from any TV series, anime, and or film only. So no games.
Oh, gosh. The Thundercats reboot was such a waste of talent. Very good voice crew. God awful scripting.
I think this means like video game adaptations.
Oh,
yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
What have I seen? What have I seen that is a video game to other media adaptation? Mario movie was a mixed bag?
It depends, yeah. I think Jack Black was a good casting choice.
He was. I wish he had been kept on a slightly tighter leash, because he can voice act well.
Yes.
And Bowser is definitely his energy, but I felt like there were a few moments where it sounded more like him and less like Bowser. And then there were very distinct moments of, oh, that's Bowser.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, that makes sense.
It could also be, hey, Jack, we've got you in the booth for an hour today. Go. Good rap. And, they didn't do, I don't know. I don't know what the process was.
Yeah. What about cartoons based on games, stuff like that? Adaptations of...
This is treading a fine line, so I won't elaborate, but Sad I Am holds up really well.
Casting wise? Yes. Casting wise? Yeah, I agree.
Like, you can laugh all you want about Urkel with Sonic, but he had an incredible range for a character voice. Like, no, the whole show, very solid voice wise.
Yes. Let's see.
Are we gonna count Red versus Blue?
I mean, why not?
I mean, yeah, it started out as comedy parody, but they got some chops in there.
They did
solid deliveries.
They really did good. Yeah, they did a great job. I think even on some of the earlier ones were like, yeah, these are These guys have great timing and great comedic chops at the time.
I'm trying to think of adaptation.
I never saw the Kirby cartoon. Right back at you.
I mean, DDD and his cartoon were fun, but I think that was the highlight of the show.
Yeah.
Okay, Meta Knight's delivery wasn't necessarily bad. It just got through me before a loop. Why is he Spanish? Not that there's anything wrong with it. It's just it wasn't what I was anticipating. And he was the only one.
Yeah.
That I remember. I didn't watch too much of it. So
yeah. I still have a soft spot for the cartoon Mario voices. It's like Mario and Luigi specifically, especially Lou Albano. That was Lou Albano in Super Show, and I'm forgetting who else. Who was Mario in the Mario 3 and Mario World cartoons? I forget, but whatever ones Vinny from Vine Sauce can do, like pitch perfect. Those are hilarious.
I'm struggling to think of
good voices
game to cartoon. I mean, the Castlevania series, as loosely interpretive as it was of the source material and as dry as some of the reads were, there was some nuance to it. There was some fun. I remember it fondly.
Yeah.
Actually, very specifically, during the big fight when Dracula kind of has his epiphany of, I'm killing my boy. It's like, oh, my heart is breaking for Dracula.
Weird. Yeah, I liked Alucard's dry wit in that show. He took a little while. He took a little while, but once he started getting into it, it was good. It was good stuff.
When it was less focusing on being sardonic, it was a little more palatable. Anyway.
Yeah. All right, Ethan T has a question. What are your thoughts on the darker is better mindset people have due to them being turned off by the likes of modern Western animation and lighthearted phases of long-running series?
It is an easy trap to fall into, and I think it's an oversimplification. A lot of Eastern animation takes into account that it is a medium. It is not a genre. You can tell any story through animation, and that can be lighthearted, that can be melodramatic, that can be horror, that can be serious. It is an incredibly malleable art form. Whereas a lot of Western animation is still stuck in this mentality that animation is children's media. And I don't know if and when that will ever be shaken, because there's been a few valiant attempts. But, when our flagship for that cause is Titan AE, it's like, That said, freaking love that soundtrack. That was eclectic as all get out, but I love it. There's absolutely nothing wrong with lighthearted fare, with simple comedic stuff or made for younger audiences in mind that never really goes much deeper than simple allegory and surface level. That's all valid. That's for a different audience. There's also something to be said for the deconstruction of taking something that is lighthearted and innocent and then exploring the more nuanced elements that you would normally gloss over and how messy it can be. And that can be kind of dark, but it's the maturity of the story. It's investigating the characters and the themes and the problems in a thoughtful, mature way. Just adding blood, sex, and violence doesn't make it better. Making it darker is not inherently cooler or better. It's just one way to approach it.
Oh, are we reaching this cycle again in the pop culture genealogy of like, oh, we have to make everything dark and gritty? Is it like 2002 again? Are we about to have
one project that I was working on that was kind of fighting that, so maybe it is.
Are we about to have the Limp Bizkit renaissance? That's where we go. We'll see. Explosive Heads asks, hi guys, how familiar are you with the Psychonauts and Persona series? If your answer is positive, how would you picture a hypothetical crossover between the two?
I know just enough about the two premises that I see where you're going with this, but not enough to appropriately riff on it. Sad to say. And
Yeah.
I'm kicking myself because that would be neat. I just don't know the mechanics of it to really say.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm kind of trying to remember. Like, Psychonauts is like a dream world sort of thing, like exploring people's dreams or memories. Is that what it is?
You're getting into their heads. You're getting into their
Yeah.
psyches.
Yeah. Okay.
And Persona is kind of dungeon crawling in someone's mind palace, very roughly speaking.
Effectively, yes. Yeah. I can see the idea here, but yeah, I don't know enough about either one.
That is a cool idea. You need to give it to somebody who's better at this.
At least someone who knows about them. Knows more about them. All right, here's one. We're going to switch over to some super chats. KB will start us off with those. What are your thoughts on this month's Nintendo Direct?
Oh, shoot, that did happen, didn't it?
I didn't watch it. I don't remember what's in it. Now that I know, I no longer have a Switch 2. I don't have a Switch 2, so it seems like it's kind of not really relevant to me anymore.
Well, they're hedging their bets a little.
I know.
Like, look
They
at all
always
these titles
are
coming to both. Oh
yeah,
God, please.
Yeah, I know they are. That's normal. That's usual for the transition between consoles, but still.
There was the DLC for Bonanza, and the time attack bonus mode that they showed off doesn't do anything for me, but the recreation of DK Island from Donkey Kong Country as an actual explorable space. That's
really nifty. Oh
yeah,
that's cool. Okay,
yeah,
I didn't know that was a thing. That sounds really cool.
I don't know how robust a map it is, but just the fact that they did it is cute. I like that. Metroid Prime 4, they're like, here, Samus has a motorcycle.
I mean, that's pretty sick. I didn't know that.
Well, that seems to be either you're like, hell yeah, she gets a motorcycle, or it's like, why does she need a motorcycle? She's got a gunship.
Yeah, but she has a motorcycle on the ground to be on the ground.
Yeah, I'm ambivalent towards it myself. It's okay. It's not what I'm there for when it comes to Metroid. Like, if I'm going to go fast, just let me charge up the armor and go run super fast and break everything with my face, Super Metroid style.
Well, yeah, that's true. That's true. But still.
New Fire Emblem, and I was looking at it as it's playing out going, huh, this kind of looks like Fire Emblem. Huh, that kind of looks like Three Houses stuff. And then it's like, in the series of Fire Emblem Three Houses, here's a new one. And it's like, oh, well, there you go. You have a strong enough visual style, I could tell, without it being revealed initially. Good on you.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So the word I'm receiving is that they gave Samus a motorcycle so she can do the Akira slide. Which
is so old now, it's collecting a pension.
Is that the whole reason? I'm guessing that's the whole reason. Yeah, but it's cool, though, as an attack. Which, I mean, Moika and Genshin Impact already beat her to that, so...
Everyone who's been on anything remotely motorcycle-like, I'm pretty sure I pulled it in the script somewhere. They do the Akira slides. Like, okay. When I'm getting tired of a reference, you know it's played out.
Well, maybe in the future a rabbit can do the Akira slide.
Oh, God, maybe with his face. But anyway, that's all I immediately retained from the Nintendo Direct. It was kind of meh.
Oh, okay. This was when the Virtual Boy thing came out. There we go. That's the thing that was cool. That was cool. That was cool for me. It was like, oh, yeah, Virtual Boy, finally. What are they freaking doing? They should have done that on the 3DS, but whatever.
Here, you're already paying this monthly fee. Now go out and buy a whole freaking peripheral.
Go buy another peripheral just to use it. Yeah, that I think is a little ridiculous.
Here's some cardboard. You know what? I'll buy some Rice Krispies. There, I can play Virtual Boy.
The cardboard version is very funny. It's $25 though, which is like, oof.
Like I am 99% sure that the hard plastic peripheral is just Virtual Boys that they couldn't sell, and they just cut a
No,
slot out for the
no,
Switch to fit into.
no. That no.
They just found a warehouse somewhere and said, you know what, people will pay money for this.
No.
And laugh all the way to the bank.
No.
Akira sliding up to the teller.
Oh, there will be people who buy it, but I don't think it'll be that many. It's a very niche product, and I think Nintendo knows that. I think they know that this is not going to be like something that really draws people in, but
Then
I
put
approve.
$100 plus price tag on it.
Yeah, well, tariffs. But anyway, I appreciate that they are actually acknowledging the Virtual Boy again and doing something with it.
It's the whole library, isn't it?
Almost, I think.
Okay.
I think there's a few like licensed games that are not in there, and then a few Japanese only games that they're not putting in there. Although it might be on the Japanese version of the app, so I don't know, but like I think 14 games is a pretty big chunk of the library. I think it might be over half, so
and that puts it on par with all the other Virtual Console titles that they have out there.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's what, 14 Game Boy titles, 14 Super Nintendo titles?
No, there's a lot
I'm
more.
throwing shade. I'm being
there. I think there are about like 14 Game Boy Advance titles, but you know, there's no shortage of Super Nintendo and NES games. There's a whole ton of those. Most of them aren't worth playing, but you know, they're there. I think that's cool, though. Sure, it's a little silly the way they're executing it, and the fact that you can't play it without the peripheral is a very, very goofy idea. Like it's
Nintendo. One step forward, two steps back.
I know the games were designed for the Virtual Boy, and they have that 3D sort of depth to them, but I don't think there's any game that necessarily requires that to be playable, so might as well just let people play it without. Oh well. Let's move on. We got lots of questions. So Andrew B is here with one. Liquid Snake and Foxhound end up in the Clone Wars. What happens? This is very random.
Liquid gets used for the clone troopers, and they all start pointing, brother. If you were one of my brothers, you would be laughing hysterically right now. It's an in joke. I don't know. Send Foxhound in. They might be able to take care of the separatist thing before Palpatine even has a chance to issue order 85, 67 hike. I don't remember.
66, I believe.
Okay.
Order 66.
Tell me, Commander, do you enjoy driving on Route 66? Oh, you almost did it. You almost pulled the trigger. But no, seriously. I'll have a number 2 combo, and he'll have combo 66. I'm going to shoot lightning at the teledops.
You're making me wonder if Order 66 is a Route 66 reference now. Because we know Lucas was the American Graffiti guy.
Not gonna lie, you give Vulcan Raven one of those laser miniguns. I'd pay money to see that. I'd pay a shiny nickel watching him mow down droids with that thing. Just Vulcan Raven, yeah, absolutely.
Just one cool. Nintendo. No, he did American Graffiti. It's a movie. It's a movie. Look it up. Anyway, there's some people in the chat who are confused. All right, Frozen Apple Juice asks, wow, it's the last Saturday already? Anyways, let's keep going. Let's keep the bit going with Dr. Cossack's creations. If the Robot Masters from Mega Man 4 had hair, what styles, colors, etc. would they be?
Oh, let me look these up.
Mega Man 4. We know we got Pharaoh Man. And let's see. Is that the one with Toad Man?
Yep.
Yeah, okay. And
So we got Ringman.
It's Ringman. There we go.
Who I'm gonna give a monk's bowl cut to. That fits with the kind of ring shape he has on top of his head. Don't at me. Dive Man. He normally has this really luxurious mane, but he's got terrible helmet hair.
Yeah.
Skull Man. Oh, absolutely shiny bald.
Good
Come
old
on
Skull
down.
Man. Yeah. Well, I mean, okay, yeah.
Pharaoh Man. He takes off the, what do you call that? Headdress? I mean, I guess it's more technically him. He takes off the
It's
headpiece.
more like a
And it is
crown thing. I mean, if he's supposed to be a pharaoh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the most luxurious braid. Like he is an Egyptian god. Bright Man has an afro.
Really? Okay.
I mean, you think that bulb's actually translucent? No, it's hiding it. He just, unscrews it and there you go.
Yeah, okay.
Toad Man, bowl cut.
Yeah.
Drill Man, bowl cut. No, that's too easy.
No.
What a Drill Man. We're gonna come back to him.
Drill Man is weird. Like, what could you do with
And
that?
Dust Man, he has that huge spirally pompadour you see in so many anime with the
Okay.
head of the delinquents. There's a particular style for it. I
know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
Drill Man.
Drill Man is
You know what? He unscrews the drill bit from the top of his head, and for a second, it's canonical, and you're like, it's all silly shaped, and then it falls down in these luxurious golden waves like Fabio. Don't hate me because I'm beautiful and have drills for hands. That's not Fabio's voice, but that's the best I can do.
Close enough. All right, good. I'm glad. This makes me happy. All right, Damnable's BP Para has a question. I have always had Cannon rocked as being a big superhero fan. Who's his favorite? Captain Commando and Commando Team. What merch does he have, and is it a problem for the Light family?
It is curious given how peaceful he normally is. And Captain Commando is not your most pacifistically themed hero.
No, but kids like heroes.
Something about him just speaks to Rock, and he's got the commemorative poster, and he's got the pajamas, and he's got the whole bedroom bed sheet set. He doesn't sleep at a bed, but by God, he's got that set. And it's on a bed too. He doesn't use the bed, but that just means it's in pristine condition. He's got the full action figure line. He's got the entire VHS tape collection because he's from the 80s. And but no, this is also super advanced pseudo future of the 80s. So I guess he's got the laser disc set. Or is it even a set? It's just one gigantic laser disc.
It's all on floppy disk. Don't ask how that works.
He's memorized the theme song, and he is practically vibrating in his seat as they go to the convention to meet the actors. Just he's so into it. He's such a happy boy.
This is the biggest reference to Captain Commando in decades.
And of course, Dr. Wily has to invade that convention for some reason.
Of course he does.
And Rock is having a moment where he can't divide reality and fiction, so he's urging Captain Commando to help him save the day. And Captain Commando can't really bring himself to tell the kid that he's just an actor. It's like, all right, I'm in deep cover. You're going to have to go in for me first, famous little blue boy with a cannon for an arm. Don't worry, Captain, I've got this. Thank you. Dr. Light's like, now you're safe. Thank you. Oh my God, I'm so scared.
Yeah. Sorry, there's just
Rocket goes into battle
going
with like
on in the
none of
chat.
his.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Rock has absolutely none of his usual gear. It's just all like Captain Commando paraphernalia, like just plastic toys, and he still manages to beat Wily with it.
I miss you writing classic Mega Man.
It was fun.
Yeah. Maybe someday. Maybe someday you can again. Random English has a question. We've learned a lot about the protagonist of Drogoon, but what about its antagonists? People say that a hero is only as good as its villains. Who are the equivalent Zuko's, Zhao's, and Ozai's?
Book 1 doesn't focus on that too much. It's more of an introduction to the cast and the world and the stakes, but we do run into Sir Lux of the Knights of Galaxant, and he is a piece of work. He is, when we're talking thematically, he is all the negative traits of Wind without any of her positives. And long term, he's kind of a cautionary tale of where she could go if she had no moral compass. So there's an allure to him where he kind of shows her what she could have, what she could be if she just kind of did what she wanted, versus all that she has grown up to cherish and hold dear and what keeps her anchored. And it's a very, very much yin yang type of thing. I love my duality in any kind of fiction. So he's very much geared to be the antithesis of Wind in every conceivable way. And it works on a whole bunch of other levels, but that's getting like 6 books in, and we haven't published the first one yet. So I'm going to hold off on that. But there aren't so many like villains. There's one I really wanted to do in book 2, but he's not going to fit, so I had to cut it.
Oh,
I hate that. Like I wrote it out. I had the scene, and it was so just deliciously fun and evil. And going back through it, it's like, this is a detour we don't need to make. I can be much more economical with my time and narrative. I will find a place for you somewhere, someday.
good. You bring them in. Come on. You don't have to cut them, Ian. You're your only critic.
I know, but there's also the reality of the project. There's only so much budget, there's only so much time, and I want to see this done. So
Yes.
I am looking at book 3 going, could he maybe fit here? No, you're having a hard enough time hitting all these plot beats as it is. You can't add this in there. It's like, but I want. It's like, well, nope, do another project. Oh, yeah, of course. Let's add another project to the docket. I've already got 4 books going. Why not add another?
Why not? Do all the work, Ian. Do it all.
Look, the day I win the lotto, that's the last you see of me, because I'm going to be locked in my little cave, churning out nothing but Drogoon stuff.
Good.
Occasionally sneaking out into the daylight to have a cheeseburger.
Yeah. So not much will change then. It's more Drogoon stuff. That's really it.
Yeah.
It's okay. I don't go out into the light either. You know that.
Well, that's because you live on the surface of the sun
with
scorpions.
It's cooling off now. The scorpions come inside too, so can't escape them. Can't fully escape them. Here's one from Nova. You two and the crew are Pokemon gym leaders now. What type would you all be, and what Pokemon would you have? Yes, I know, Ian. Yes, I know, Ian. You know 10% of them. Just make up names. I'm sure you'll get one right. Why is Ian getting thrown under the bus? Oh, Ian knows a lot more about Pokemon than I do. You should be throwing me under the bus. I know like 0.10% of them. Probably by name.
My gym would be entirely fossil Pokemon.
Is that even a type?
Not technically, but it's a theme. Like every game, there's been at least a couple based off of dinosaurs.
Well, yeah.
So, my Tyrantrum, my Aerodactyl, my Lileep. Who else is in there? Oh, Bastodon. Gotta have the Bastodon. I'd round out the team later, but yeah, everybody in there would be making Jurassic Park references, and I would have just a full fossil team.
Okay. I don't know what type I would be, but I know I would have to have Mudkip. That's a requirement for my team.
Just a level 1 Mudkip after the whole
Just
gauntlet of everything
Just
else.
a Mudkip, yes. Just a Mudkip.
I'm gonna go into the theming of Nitro Game Injection, which is
Okay.
all music, and
Okay.
say that your team is all like musically themed Pokemon, so like Chatot and
Okay.
Exploud.
I don't know any of these names.
Does Arduino count? I don't know. But all the various Pokemon that have some kind of sound theming to them.
Okay. I'll go with that. Sure.
Oh, there's one you would like. He's basically a British punk rocker frog that's both electric and poison type.
Okay. I mean, electric, I'm down with. I'm down with it.
I've somebody showed Kyle a picture of, what is it called? Toxicity, something like that. Show him a picture of especially the high amp one. He'll dig his vibe. He'll like him.
Okay. I've seen this guy before, I think. All right. Yeah. People are showing it. Yeah. Got it. Okay. I get it.
Like, he's got his 5th one in the line is a perfect IV's level 100 toxicity, if that's what it's called. And if you manage to get through all that, Mudkip.
Mudkip. An old Mudkip. You heard I like Mudkip. It's true. Standard questions. We're going back to those for a little bit. Equilibrium has one. So Dragon Ball got a crossover with Minecraft, and we know what other crossover Minecraft got. So when it's about to happen.
I mean, it makes enough sense. One cribbed enough off the other, so.
What other crossover?
I'd be down for it.
What other Minecraft crossover we got? Dragon Ball is getting a crossover with Minecraft? Is that actually happening?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So what's the other one?
Minecraft has had a crossover with the Sonic series.
Oh.
2 at this point.
Oh,
so.
Right. Okay. All right. Well, there you go. Red Rebel asks, both Rock and Bass have a robot dog to assist them, Rush and Treble, respectively, but All Blues doesn't. If you give Proto Man his own canine helper bot, what would it be like?
I think we have all collectively agreed that the headcanon is that Blues gets Tango the cat.
Okay. Did we all collectively agree to that? I don't remember agreeing to that, but whatever.
I think the fandom has decided in its infinite wisdom over the years that it's Blues and Tango.
Okay.
You know, Tango's kind of standoffish, kind of does his own thing, his own way, his own time. That fits with Blues.
I'll allow it.
Makes sense.
I'll allow it, I guess. I guess I'll allow it. All right. Ruffy Matt has a question. Evening, fellas. A certain new racing game is out, and it has me wondering, what kinds of vehicles do you prefer in your racing games? Cars, planes, boats, hoverboards, rollerblades?
When it comes to kart racers, I typically prefer the cars in any capacity. Planes, I've had some fun here and there, but I have never had a boat that I enjoy. Like, the closest I ever had a boat that I enjoyed driving was in Sonic and Sega All-Star Racing Transformed. That I remember going, hey, I'm actually enjoying my time in the water.
They don't spend much time in the water in that game, to be fair.
Yeah, well, there you go. What little time you spend there is fine.
But also, that game is very reminiscent of another boat racing game called Hydro Thunder. Like, the way it controls and everything is very similar. It reminds me a lot of Hydro Thunder. So I'm like, yeah, this is basically just Hydro Thunder. Which, I mean, if they're going to rip off some game's form of boat racing, they could do a lot worse than Hydro Thunder, to be honest with you. So,
and not to say that the current iteration is bad. It's just, I really don't like water mechanics. In most things, so
yeah, that's funny because I love Wave Race 64. Like,
I was excited to play it when it came to the virtual console or whatever they're calling it on the Switch, and raged quit real fast. Like, I'm
Yeah.
having flashbacks to Diddy Kong Racing and all of the hovercraft missions and just
Well,
seething.
the hovercraft, Diddy Kong Racing sucks. Honestly, it's not great. I don't like it very much.
I remember how
But
defeated I felt when I got into the boss chamber. It's like, oh, it's on the hovercraft. Of course, it's on the hovercraft.
Wave Race 64 is a lot of fun. I love Wave Race 64. It has just such a vibe to it. The game, the music, the controls, everything is just feels nice. I like it. But when it comes to racing games, I am a car guy first and foremost. Like that's my main thing. I like four wheels mainly. You didn't put motorcycles on here though, and I like those too. Those are fun. But I like cars. Emerald Fusion asks, how would you write a series of short stories about Yoshi's, the worldwide restaurant chain / all Yoshi delivery service from Mario Kart World? Well, that sounds adorable.
Yeah. Very slice of life-ish. Have to have at least one story where Yoshi's carrying the order on his back and some little whirly gig birds are trying to steal it. Kamek maybe wants to take the order for himself. Big overt nods to Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. Was that the full title?
That is, yeah. Well, you can just call it Yoshi's Island. People know what it is.
One of the deliveries gets there and the owner has an incredibly vicious dog that's barely contained by the fence. And Yoshi calls up and is like, Yoshi. And they're like, no, it's fine. He likes people. And the dog's like, vomiting magma. And so Yoshi just kind of goes, and like hucks the food up into the window. Perfect shot.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, one Yoshi who is the only one who clocked in that day, so he has to fill in all the orders.
Oh no.
And it's the weekend. And it's the Super Bowl.
Oh man. It's the
Like,
big
this guy
game.
He's grabbing things with his tongue just so that he has it within reach to, stir this, flip that, chop that, serving it up, getting out the door. The Yoshis never actually stop sprinting. They're just constantly on the move.
Oh man. I would like to see it. That's adorable.
You could have a lot of fun with that. You could do something mostly goofy and then have a couple of little heart-wrencher ones. Mostly wholesome. Keep it fun.
Oh yeah. All right, let's switch over to some super chats. This one is from Diamond Death. If you made your own racing game, what are some racers and tracks you'd want to see?
See, in the ever-growing file on my hard drive of things that I will produce when I have a budget and a team and stuff, is I really, really, really like the idea of basically a kart game, but on foot. But there's only one particular franchise that would work with, so this would have to be a ground-up endeavor. And you know me, I've got the full cast and backstory and worlds figured out because that's what I do. But I really like the idea of characters racing on foot. And I think I have a good idea on the balance of it. Because if you play it too much like a character platformer, you can't really have a racing game. You need to have the time to gauge distance and measure your jumps, and speed platforming in 3D is a tricky thing to do. Whereas if you treat it 100% like a racer, then the characters feel weird. It doesn't feel like they are responding to the controls in the appropriate way. So I feel like I've got the right balance in my head. I say this as someone who has never developed a game before, who doesn't know the first thing about coding or model rigging or animations, but by golly, I've got an idea for it. And I don't know, I think it would be novel, at least. 'Cause we haven't really seen a lot of examples of it. And in a market that has so many really quality cart games out there, you need something to stand out from the rest of the pack.
Yeah.
Secondary idea, just make the next F-Zero GX, but put it in the Drogoon universe.
Okay. I'm sold. You can take my money.
Like, if you don't care about any of the wacky backstory lore characters, fine. You just get in your cool car, you go really stinking fast.
Yeah.
And if you do, then there's room for all these eclectic, colorful, crazy characters that you can get immersed in for no other reason than the fact that you want to. It's beautiful. It works both ways.
Yeah. Yeah. I would like to see it. I want a Shovel Knight kart racer.
Yep. Yep.
Why? I don't know. Just cause I think it would be good. I think it would be fun.
I feel like that's true.
They did it. They did
Shovel Knight
they did a Smash Brothers. Why not? Do a kart racer too. Come on, Yacht Club. I'm sure you have a big enough team to do all these things that you're doing. Zonic has a question. Dr. Light is on the verge of getting Wily to give up his evil ways when Roll says a swear. What happens, and most importantly, who's responsible?
What happens is Dr. Light is just aghast. Where did she learn such a thing? And Wily just laughs because, oh, Thomas, looks like she's got some hope for her after all. And Roll's like, you're the one who taught me the word. And that's when Thomas begins to choke the ever-loving life out of Wily.
Oh, boy. Good. I would like to see it. Horseweave asks, Dragoon question jump scare. How would a Dragoon X American Gladiator realm look like? What events would be in that realm? And how big can we make the Eliminator final event?
Oh, that is the realm.
That sounds amazing.
There's like oh no, now I'm actually considering this. There's like an entire artificial realm that is the Eliminator.
Yes.
And it's basically the Running Man. If you can survive to the exit, the Forever King will grant you anything you desire. But in between you and your heart's desire is the most brutal gauntlet of tennis balls, streamers, air cannons, and live ammunition. And you never know which one's going to fire at you next. And like all the gladiators are washouts for the Knights of Galaxant. So they have something to prove. And if they get a certain kill count, they actually get promoted and knighted. It is the most bombastic blood sport you can imagine. I want this now. Okay, there's book 5. Jeez.
I mean, it sounds really like a really good idea.
Galaxant Gladiators right there.
Yeah, I mean... Perfect. You can even...
I know we're kind of mixing our sports shows, but I want an aggro crag in there too.
Yeah. You can even mix in some of the gladiator names.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, why not? Screw it.
I'm having flashbacks to Tower hanging off of the rings, and it's like, how much meat can one man be made of? Oh my god.
Yeah. Those guys were insane. Guys and girls. Whew. Yeah, they were.
God, I love that show. I wanted to be on that show so bad. I would have not made it to the qualifiers, but my god, I wanted to be on that show.
We can get some Wipeout level announcers, or maybe some let's see, who'd be good announcers for that.
I like Wipeout because then they're making like all these really corny jokes as people are actually like dying on live TV.
Yeah. Maybe it's like Mad World. Where you got Bender and Greg Proops just bouncing off each other.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yeah, I'm down with that. All right, here's another super chat from Knuckles Omega. From the last question, Gekomon, the rookie level lizard in Digimon, beat break revealed baby forms Kekomon and Kekomon. Check out the designs. Okay, so there's Kekomon with 2Ks and Kekomon with 3Ks.
Kekomon with 2Ks.
Yeah, Keko and then Kekko.
Okay, so Keko. That's a cute little cat lizard thing.
I did an image search and it bring up Kekoman soy sauce. It's like, that's not right.
Kind of looks like it hit the windshield and it's happy to see you, but you know, it's fun. It's all right.
I kind of like that.
Let's add the other K in there.
Is this the freaky lizard thing again? No, this is very similar.
I'm getting the same thing.
It's basically no. Kekomon is just the head, and then the Kekomon with 2Ks apparently is a little body with little stubby legs and a tail.
Okay, but the head looks the same.
But the head looks the same, yeah.
I would think with more letters in it, it would be bigger.
That's what I was thinking. It was going to be one of those things where, like, oh yeah, the first one's like the cute design, and the second one's the edgy, weird, ugly design. That's kind of what I was expecting. That's the last time someone brought something like this up. I like.
I see. It's Gekomon is the final form.
Okay.
Okay. Single K is just the head.
Okay. I
Double
see.
K has little nubbin legs to it, and like.
And then the final is the final version is Gekomon, which is the big.
Okay.
Which is the.
I mean, it's a perfectly adorable curling puck.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. I'd feed it scraps as I'm preparing dinner.
Sure.
I imagine its head just kind of opens like a trash lid, just and you drop it in and keep it away from the cats, though.
Yeah. I like the little blep of the earlier version.
It's a good blep.
It's a very good blep. It's good blep. Good blep.
10 out of 10 blep.
Good blepage. Knuckles Omega asks, oh, nope, we just did this one. Sorry, forgot to mark that one. Ozjam asks, Heyo, Bumbleboyos. How do you handle characters that don't show off a lot of emotions but have those internal emotions still? If an example is needed, MHA Shoto for me, but others are welcome.
It really comes down to your communication with your artist and how nuanced they can be.
Yeah.
Also, if you have the time and the real estate to do a lot of mood paneling, like if there is something where you would expect a big emotional reaction and you see the characters being deadpan, but the panel itself, like let's say this should be an absolutely devastating, heartbreaking moment, and the character themselves is not reacting on the surface, but they are a very small figure in a very large black panel that gives you the sense of being adrift and being just overwhelmingly crushed with these dark feelings. But they on the outside are not responding. And thus the visual language tells you what the emotion is being portrayed without the character portraying it themselves. Line weights on the character, like something that should really frazzle them, but they're not responding outwardly. And if you've got a normally very clean inking style, maybe for this particular panel, they are really sketchily drawn. Like it's very rough cut or even slightly off model. And then the following panel is they're back to normal. You can get that moment of, oh, they almost lost it, but they kept the composure. This is all assuming, of course, we're talking comics and visual media. If you're doing like animation or anything animated, be it video games or cartoons or whatever, your music selection, your choice of lighting, the pacing of the scene, those can all lend itself. If you're doing just straight prose, your word choice is monumental here. I mean, obviously, it's all words. Stop trying to sound pretentious.
It's all words all the way down, Flynn.
I know. It's, how you describe that character's response or lack of response, or, go into their head for this long block paragraph of how they just angrily let loose, and then it's followed up with what they actually say out loud. You control what the reader sees from any perspective when it's written word. So you can adjust and decide what they're shown. And you can go for the long con too, which I'm always a fan of. You feel like someone's very dispassionate, and then you get to chapter 28 and you get in their head and you're like, oh, this dude is barely held together with duct tape and glue.
And they've started eating the glue. Oh no.
Well, they ran out of duct tape.
Well, I guess that makes sense. Izanami is here with a question. Switching back over to some standard questions for a bit. How would you write a story with the enemy having something like a third evil eye of Dragon Ball Daima that allows for infinite recovery and adaptation?
What is the tone we're going for in this story? Like, if it's, and what is our perspective here? Is this antagonist, or is this villainous character our protagonist or our antagonist? Because if we want to play it straight and say that it's our antagonist, then there is a degree of hopelessness that we're going to have to deal with. Because no matter what the protagonist does, he cannot have a lasting impact on this guy. And they're going to have to come up with something clever to either disarm that third eye or circumvent it or use that regenerative property to undermine the villain himself. There's a moment in Wakfu season 1. Was it season 1? Season 2? Maybe season 2. Early Wakfu. That I really, really enjoyed, where a particular character who is basically a holy knight who wields a demon-possessed sword is having a crisis of conscience. And the demon gets out of the sword. And they've never been good friends, to put it lightly. And they square off. And the demon himself just gains more power every time he's physically hit. And the knight himself is basically a berserker. All he knows is melee. So every punch he lands is just making these enemies stronger. And it's a pretty one-sided fight for most of it until the knight hops onto the demon and just starts headbutting him repeatedly over and over and over. And the demon's just laughing at him like, what are you even doing? Until he becomes so massive, he falls through the weakened floor and the ground starts caving in around him. And he's like, stop. If you do not stop, we're both going to be buried alive. I can't die. And the knight's like, yeah, but you'll never escape. You're going to be too big and too heavy to ever crawl out. Whack, whack, whack. Only way you're getting out of this is if you surrender. And that's how he wins. And it's like, you're an idiot, but that was brilliant. And I like that kind of clever subversion of it. So maybe there's a way to get around that evil eye thing, where if you can lure the villain into a position where if he were to fully regenerate, he would be trapped within a confined space. Or, I don't know. There's a lot of nuance and detail that we could play with here. You could also play it completely for laughs. Like, the villain could be completely and utterly inept, but he manages to fail upward because he survives every defeat. There are far more capable and powerful villains around him that are aspiring for some goal, and through their own machinations, they're destroyed. And by the end of it, he crawls out of the rubble, dusts himself up, and he's the last one standing. You can have some fun with that. I don't know. There's a lot of ways you go with it.
Sure. All right, let's move on to this one from Bro. Which power do you think is better, light path, dark path, or balanced?
Balanced.
Depends.
like typically speaking, the dark path gets you a lot of really cool stuff, but it's also corrosive. It will burn you out. It will burn you up. It will hurt everyone else around you. You win the day, but you have nothing to show for it by the end. And light path, sure, it's full of lots of healing magic and shields, and everyone loves you, and you get the ticker tape parade, and you kiss the babies and the puppies, and yeah, you're a good person, but that's so boring. Taking the moral high road is just really taxing on the knees.
I mean,
middle of the road, you know. You don't sideswipe that guy who cut you off in traffic, but you do slow down to smile when you see the guy got pulled over.
Yeah, I mean, it could be like Mass Effect where it doesn't matter.
Yeah,
Paragon,
too.
Renegade, doesn't matter.
I don't know. The Renegade one did have the better scenes.
Yes, that's true. From what I've played, I need to go back to Mass Effect actually someday. So many games.
I was going through it again, and I got back to Mass Effect 3, and it's like, and there all my interest dies.
Yeah. I think that's true for most people.
Which is too bad, because there's really some fun characters and moments in it. It's just... it's a whole other rant. We've got more questions to answer.
Yes, indeed we do. Santiago C has a question. Hello there, guys. Are you familiar with Alan Beckett's... Oh, sorry, I said that wrong. Are you familiar with Alan Becker's web series, Animator versus Animation? If not, I recommend it to you. It has a lot of action.
I know I have heard of it, but I don't think I've seen it.
I haven't heard of it before. Is this like a Duck Amuck situation?
I feel like something like that, yeah.
else. That's it. Animator versus Animation sounds kind of like the name of a documentary series. I don't know. That would be what I would think it would be, but I don't know.
I don't want to say because I could be getting it confused with something else, but I feel like I've heard of it.
I've not heard of it, but I wouldn't. I'll check it. I'll look into it. Check it out. Pedanticat asks, last month I asked about Mega Man Star Force, and lo and behold, Legacy Collection for 2026 has been announced. Do you think you'll be checking out the series or buying the game?
That's a definite maybe. I've heard that it's a very nice collection. Like, it has a whole lot of quality of life improvements and a lot of options on how to play it. Like, apparently you can choose how the screens are arranged because it was a DS
game. Yeah, there were DS games, yeah.
So the fact that you can decide where you put those screens on your TV, that's really cool. And I imagine that can't be easy to do. So
yeah, well,
from what I've heard, it sounds like a very lovingly put together thing. So if you're going to get into it, I guess that would be the way to do it versus, actually going out to a vintage gaming shop and grabbing the original.
Yeah, I think it would be. I don't know. I might try it out, but I haven't. I've not played Star Force at all, honestly. I played a tiny bit of Battle Network. And it's interesting, but I mean, I like my Mega Man more platformy and side-scrolly, personally. And that's just me. But that's the great thing about Mega Man. There's something for everyone with that guy. That guy's got something for everybody. Huh?
For me, it's more of a question of time. I've had Hades too, sitting there on the Switch going, play me. And it's like, I don't have time.
Do it, Ian. Do it. Do it. I should play the first game.
Oh, you should.
Yes, I know. I need to.
That's a whole other rant. And
I love the music. I love the music, but that's all I know is the music. Yeah, whatever. I'll get to it eventually. Or I won't, and I'll just pass away eventually. Not right now, but eventually.
I am intrigued because good friend of the show, Nadia, over at Axe the Blood God, said she absolutely adored the first game, and now it will be hard going back because the second one's so much better. And I'm like, the first game was near flawless. How do you improve on that?
How do you do it better?
I'm honestly curious how it can even remotely be better, if just not more.
Well, it's Supergiant. I mean, like everything they make is a
I know, I know.
masterpiece. So
I know.
so yeah, like there isn't a freaking there's not a bad game among them. But oh well. Uncle Venus asks, "You burned my house to the ground. My family's dead. What do I do?"
Well, I would say at least start with the life insurance policy.
It's like call your insurance.
Also, don't take that suggestion there as an admission of guilt. I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what happened. Nothing happened. What happened, Ian Flynn?
I don't know. He's just talking wild stuff about a family barbecue gone wrong.
Oh. No, it sounds like it went perfectly right. The family got barbecued.
See, I thought I was going dark and you went darker.
Well, I mean, what do you expect? Mr. Yeet123 has a question. Top 3 weirdest questions y'all have gotten so far this year that don't involve rabbits. We get so many questions I can't even remember.
Dude, I can't even remember what our last recording session was.
Minis, that's
and
what it was.
here's the thing. I take just about everything at face value. I have always had that problem. So you could throw the most bizarre bait question at me and I would legitimately try to puzzle it out.
I mean, yeah, there's so many. We've gotten so many questions this year. I mean, we've gotten a lot less questions this year than usual, but even still.
I feel like we've had a lot more fun and thoughtful questions.
I think we've had a lot. Yeah, honestly. Like the last couple of years, we got bogged down in a lot of minutia about a certain franchise that we're not bogged down so much in anymore, but, you know.
You can say, Ian, a man knocks on your door and offers to gargle clam chowder. What do you say? And I'm like, what would I say?
What would you say to that?
No. Well, number one, I'd say, why are you knocking on my door and offering to gargle the clam chowder? Can I not have some of it? Or are you going to hog it all for yourself? And then it's like, I don't even like clam chowder. And see, I even made up something stupid and I'm considering it too much.
Yeah.
No problems.
Yeah, well, I mean, you had rabbits show up at your door. Like, I think the questions of like things showing up at your house are some of the goofiest and funniest. Like, this thing has showed up at your house. How do you react? How do you deal with it?
It's very sitcom-y.
Yes. This thing shows up at your door.
Tell you what, if having weird people show up at my door to do non sequiturs means I get a 4-bedroom house with a nice lawn, sure. Sign me up. Bring on the rabbits and the clam chowder.
4 bedrooms? That's a lot. What are you doing in all those bedrooms?
Amassing various action figures.
Okay, good. Just checking.
One would actually be a nice recording studio for the BumbleKast instead of just a table sitting in the middle of my small apartment.
Well, yeah, that would be ideal. All right. Back to some super chats. This one's from Hero Squad. Any thoughts on the Super Mario Galaxy movie?
No.
Will it be?
It'll be pretty, I'm sure.
Will it have like something? Like it's Mario's fun. I like Mario, but can we have a little meat on the bone? That would be nice. It's a little. The first movie is fun. It looks pretty, but there's not much going on there.
No. It could have been a little shorter and a little more focused and better for it, but
that's why I think the 93 movie is actually a better, more entertaining movie than the newer one.
I can't really argue against you on that one.
Yeah. I mean, for all the 93 Mario movies flaws, at least it was entertaining. And the new Mario movie is also entertaining, but it's just not quite there. I'm just feeling a little like we need a little more. Like give us more. Give us something more.
It will be very pretty though, because the first one, gorgeous to behold.
Yeah. Yeah. True. All right. No Originality asks, experience with Metroidvania? If so, are you interested in Hollow Knight? Frustrating but beautiful game. Anyway, see you guys in another month.
Thank you so much. Little bit of experience.
You've played
a few
Hollow
of the
Knight, right?
Metroids. Oh yeah, I played a fair bit of Hollow Knight.
Yeah, you didn't finish it, huh?
Well, part of it was I couldn't figure out how to advance. Like, I'm pretty sure I could have gotten to the conventional final boss, but I couldn't figure out how to get there. And by that point, I was just kind of burned out. Got Silk Song first thing. It's like, I know this is going to hurt, but I want it. And, it's gorgeous and the tone is fantastic and it controls pretty much exactly as I thought. And to give you context, I can't get past Lace or the first Ant Barbarian, whatever his name is. They've stonewalled me. Aaliyah's gotten further, but she's better at games than I am. I think
well,
that's it. I think I'm done. Like, Hollow Knight kind of reached a point where it's like, okay, it's to the point where I know I've reached my skill limit, and this is more frustrating than it is fun. Silk Song's the same thing. I hit the two of those, and I know what I need to do. I know it can be done. I don't think I can do it. And that's frustrating, but that's the nature of the game. It's meant to be hard.
Yeah.
So, and it's disappointing, but thank goodness everybody else plays the game and records it. So I can see it. I can experience it vicariously. What I want to do at some point, somewhere, somehow, is play through Castlevania Symphony of the Night. Because I've seen long plays of that, and it looks super, super fun. I just never had a chance to actually play it myself.
Oh yeah, the Metroidvania Castlevanias are fun. The one I got into was the first one on GBA, Circle of the Moon. That one was a lot of fun. I kind of picked that one up on a whim and ended up really enjoying it. I know the later ones apparently do the formula better, but I haven't actually played those. So, I love me some Shantae. Shantae is great fun in terms of Metroidvania style games. Trying to think of what else. Bloodstained, Ritual of the Night. I got like sucked into that game and played through like the whole thing, 100% it. It was crazy how much that game got me, but that game was very fun.
It was neat.
I loved the style and the music and just everything about it was good stuff.
I know I've played the Metroid series in some shape or form.
I mean, Super Metroid is always fun.
Not completed them necessarily. Certainly didn't 100% them, but I have experienced them to some degree.
Yeah.
Except for Other M. I watched that. I hate spending money on that. You crazy?
Whatever. I think that game is a good game bogged down by a poor story. But and that's mechanics. Just me. I like the gameplay. I like the mechanics. Oh well. Guess we can't all be perfect. I'm not. And neither is Metroid Other M. General Jimmy's asks, in Resident Evil 2 Remake, there's a poster of Dr. Light/Wily in the city. What do you think of the idea of Mega Man starting after the Resident Evil series ends?
Shoot, if I'm remembering correctly, like the poster is of some kind of debate between leading researchers, and you look close enough and it's Light and Wily. So clearly I don't think it's meant to be like,
okay.
I don't think it's meant to be like a full on, it's all connected in a master timeline. I think it's just meant to be an Easter egg, but I don't know if here I am gargling the chowder.
You know what that means? Well, I'll tell you later.
I didn't know that was an expression. I just walked into the wall, didn't I?
I'll tell you later.
Oh, dear.
I'll tell you later.
You ever watch the
that
old
why?
Looney Tunes cartoons and Wile E. Coyote realizes that he's off the edge of the cliff and he just has that look of, oh, well.
That why? That's why Lee also left, I think, because she knows what that means.
Oh, good. I'm not escaping that one. And you wonder why I said red ring at the beginning of the evening. Because I do this to myself. Anyway, the question was Mega Man following Resident Evil. Sure, let's theory craft. It's the human population has been greatly diminished thanks to that whole global saturation thing. There needs to be a great deal of automated workforce created to support humanity that just doesn't have the manpower to do it itself. Brilliant individuals like Dr. Light and Dr. Wily rise to stardom as they revolutionize advanced technology by sifting through whatever's left of Umbrella Corps. And thus the robot revolution begins.
All right. Well, makes sense to me. This one's from Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. I don't know why it says Mr. Krabs twice in his name, but it says Mr. Krabs twice.
Well, then that's how you read it.
Yeah, exactly. Wario's Isekai adventures continue as Wario is sent to the universe of the Alien franchise. Will Wario survive? Will an alien eat him, or will Wario eat the alien first?
Oh, you know he's going to eat the alien.
And then the
face hugger tries to latch on, and he just spicy.
And then the Isekai adventures continue eventually.
Not sure where or when. Like, if he does manage to get infected, the chest burster pops out, and he's like, "No, you get back in there," and he eats that. Like, the main xenomorph comes after him, and they're both trying to chew on each other, kind of just circling. In the end, it's the xenomorph running away, trying desperately to launch Wario out of the airlock.
To get away from Wario, exactly. Yes, he
also,
would
the
eat
xenomorph is in very, very tiny pajamas for some reason.
Yeah. Also, Wario would eat the acid blood critters, yes.
Yep.
Obviously. This is Wario we're talking about. He'll be fine.
You know what? I'm going with that. The xenomorph launches him out of the airlock, and the last shot is him in his like bounce off the screen from Smash Brothers pose, frozen, going.
The acid blood is just spicy.
In space, no one can hear you. Wah.
Might of Gebara's back. In DC Cross Redacted, in context of that story, was those ultimate powers beyond Darkseid's true form? Are you even aware of Darkseid's true form?
No / I don't know.
Switchell asks, how would you adapt Broly Returns and Bio Broly for DBZA as non-Christmas holiday specials? Both must be separate holidays, but your choice otherwise.
Oh, they have to be holidays.
They have to be holidays, but they can't be Christmas.
Well, no, because the Christmas ones have a very specific cadence to them, and the first Broly was not a Christmas movie.
Okay. Okay, so saying that they're Christmas specials is actually a thing for Dragon Ball Z. I thought this was just like,
yes.
What if they were like, Rudolph?
No, the first one was the Tree of Might, and they turned that into the Christmas Tree of Might.
Okay.
They wrote all the generic villains as like the absolute worst on Santa's naughty list. And instead of sucking all the life out of the earth, it was sucking all the Christmas joy out of the earth.
Rude.
And then
we need that.
One of the Lord Slug movie, he's trying to freeze the planet to make it more habitable for himself. Goku wakes up finding the planet covered in snow in the middle of July. And to get him to rise to the occasion, they convince him that Lord Slug's trying to cancel Christmas. That's it. That's the entire gimmick. And then they took this really obscure bit of side material and turned it into a bookend for all their other Christmas jokes and made it into the final Christmas special. And it is utterly brilliant how they weave together all these long-running jokes for all that they've done and make it coherent. It's spectacular. But
Okay.
with Broly was kind of a testament, a love letter to that movie and what it was in the franchise. It just, immaculate. I could almost quote it verbatim. And so, the sequels are notorious for being just stupid. Like, they took an already basic but fun concept and just drive it into the ground. But if you're going to have a legendary figure of immense power rising from the grave and it's a holiday special, they're both Easter movies.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing. It's like, yeah, it's Easter.
Like
But
the third movie,
they can't both be the same though.
they can't both be?
They have
Because
to be
with
different.
Trunks and Goten, you could have the whole kids looking for Easter egg thing. Uh, two different ones. And it's too bad you can't do Christmas because it's all three of the Son family come back. You could literally have the Son, the Father, and the Holy Ghost.
Oh
Uh,
no.
all right, we're gonna say Bio Broly for Easter because I'm pretty sure you can make some kind of horrible rabbit joke with the way Bio Broly looks in there. Second movie, Thanksgiving, because
Okay.
everybody's lamenting that Goku's not going to be back for Thanksgiving and celebrating because finally they don't have to feed Goku on Thanksgiving.
There's Thanksgiving in Dragon Ball world?
There is now.
There is now. Okay. Good. Yes, there should be, I guess. I mean, I just realized like there's Easter in Dragon Ball world.
There
Seems a
is
little
now.
weird. It seems a little weird. I mean, just the idea of Christmas existing in that universe is a little weird, but all right, whatever.
Next time we're all together, we're going to do a DBZA movie marathon.
Okay.
I'm going to learn you a Broly.
Okay. Chocolate Watermelon 28 is here with a question as we shift back over to some standard questions. We do, in fact, still have super chat questions open, so if you want to send in your super chats, go right ahead. We'll probably get answered pretty quickly once we switch back over to super chats because we don't have too many right now. Have you read anything by Garth Ennis? Preacher, Punisher Max, Hitman, The Boys, etc.?
I did read some of Punisher Max. I feel like it was the Kingpin story arc specifically. And I liked that. Not without critique, sure, but I liked it in general. Did he write the Barracuda line?
I don't know.
I can't remember off the top of my head. I feel like he did. I don't know. I'm looking at my bookshelf since it's right here. It's like, do I see that name anywhere in here?
Barracuda? Yeah, looks like it.
Okay, I mean, you can do an entire college course on how problematic Barracuda is, but it was entertaining.
Yeah.
If you view it from a particular lens. Third part wasn't the best, but I'm not here to critique the whole darn thing. I don't know. In general, though, I'm not super fond of that level of nihilism and violence and just hatefulness. Not necessarily towards the reader, but just towards the characters in their own world. It's unpleasant. It can work. It kind of goes back to our talk about darker is better. It can be done well, but it's just not my particular cup of tea.
Yeah. I haven't read anything by him. It looks like I'm looking at his works and I'm like, holy crap. First of all, this guy's written a lot.
Oh, yeah. Very prolific.
Very, very, yes. But I have not actually read anything he's done. So maybe someday I'll get on that. It's one of those names that if you are in any way interested in comics, it's a name that comes up frequently. So I should probably get around to that. Next up is from Brody G. Have you heard of Glitch Productions? They're responsible for Murder Drones and the Amazing Digital Circus. Would you pitch a Drogoon animated series to them? Please, Ian, give me Drogoon anime.
I haven't seen either of those productions, but I do know that they are very well received. I don't know the production quality. I don't know if they're my cup of tea. We're talking about the tea a lot today.
Spilling it all over the place. Not really.
But see, I almost said something, and I feel like that would have been another Wile E. Coyote moment. And I think I like subconsciously choked myself from actually saying it.
Uh-oh.
At least one part of my brain is learning.
Okay.
But I'm open to Drogoon animation across the board.
There's something going on. Is this some sort of hashtag knowing smile sort of thing going on here?
Oh, I wish, but not yet, at least. But that's the thing about Drogoon in general, is that it is open to exploration and interpretation. So what little I know of like Murder Drones and Digital Circus is that's not immediately the style visually, I would think, with Drogoon, but I'm sure there's a pitch for it that would work.
Yeah.
Or something more traditional or something completely different. I don't know. I want it to be versatile enough that storytellers can have fun in that universe.
All right. William C. asks, if you adapted the House of the Dead into a comic book, will it feature a panel where Daniel Curian plays Crazy Taxi due to Crazy Taxi and House of the Dead, both being made by Sega?
Me put a reference in a thing.
Just for you, William. We'll do that.
I mean, if it made enough sense. I mean, shoot, maybe one of the Crazy Taxi drivers can drop them off in the opening scene. I don't know. I'm not really familiar with House of the Dead, but if I can find an excuse, yeah.
Here's the thing about House of the Dead. It's very goofy. A reference to something else, some other property, would not be out of the realm of believability for that sort of thing.
Excellent.
So, yeah, no, I think it would be totally fine. I mean, they literally created a game called Typing of the Dead and had the main characters going around with keyboards and backpacks attached to keyboards around, replacing the
callbacks in all the terminal montage videos.
Replacing the guns. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's a very goofy franchise. It's very fun. Joshua J. asks, in reference to a certain game commercial that harkens back to the original console wars, which Drogoon characters would be Sega kids and which would be Nintendo kids? Oh, man. That's funny.
Wynn's totally going to buy into the Sega shtick of the 90s. Absolutely.
Sounds like her perfectly. Yep.
Foreign is going to insist that since they have young children aboard the ship, they're going to use the more wholesome Nintendo. They don't just publish anything on that system.
Well, they kind of do.
Shh, don't tell him that.
These days.
Lissy's just happy to play anything. She likes having game night with the whole family. We can play anything except Duck Hunt. Duck Hunt upsets her because why would you shoot the ducks? Why is the dog laughing at the duck? He got hurt. No. He's helping it. See, he's smiling because he found the duck.
Yes.
He's gonna take him get ice cream.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jobin's off by himself with his Neo Geo.
Oh, really? He's that guy, huh? Where'd he get all that money? How do you afford a freaking Neo Geo?
Don't ask questions, Kyle. You can play too, as long as you don't ask questions.
Okay. So how do they afford a Neo Geo? Unless it's a Neo Geo CD. And he's like, yeah, I just lived with the load times.
Look, he knows a guy, okay?
Okay. Good. Okay. See, and here I assume Joe Boone would be an Atari guy. 2600 like specifically.
Vintage collection just hidden away somewhere.
Perfect. And this one is from General Jimmy's. What do you think was the final fate of the classic Mega Man cast? Been doing a bit of theory crafting lately, and I'd like to think Dr. Light took his family into a one-way trip to cyberspace.
That's one way to go with it.
Sure.
I honestly don't want to trot it out too much in the public space because hope against hope, I would actually want to pitch my particular idea, and it's not impossible, highly unlikely, but not impossible. I might actually get that shot. So,
Yeah.
in the event that I could get that opportunity, I'm going to play it a little close to the vest, but suffice to say, it would resolve the issue with Quint,
Okay.
and it would still allow rock and roll to remain who they are and do good in the greater universe. And
I mean, after all, they got to go pick up Walnut off the moon.
exactly. And it would be an ending full of hope and a promise of endless adventure.
Well, there you go. I like that idea. Happy Times asks, Ian, have you ever thought up a reason for why Zero loses the bulky armor of the X series for a much lighter looking outfit by the time of the Zero series?
I'm assuming the Elf Wars were just hell.
The Health Wars.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just a process of upgrading. New materials are developed, new circuitry, new mechanics, and he's a synthetic individual. What is a physical form, really?
Yeah, pretty much. His personality changed quite a bit too, but war is like that sometimes. A lot happened. Here's one from Mega Man 12 and Proto Man 14. If nobody has asked yet, how are you two doing tonight?
I'm tired. How about you, Kyle?
I'm tired too, but not tired enough to stop asking and answering all these questions from our
no. This is a
lovely
lot of
listeners.
fun.
Yes.
Like, I'm like, I gotta stay up till 8. I gotta do the show, and then we go live, and it's like, no, this is fun. This is energizing. I like doing this. I look forward to this.
Yep.
At the end of the month.
I mean, that's
it's
why
we're
good time. That's why we're still doing this after over 10 years. Almost.
Just a lot on my plate right now, a lot to keep track of, and as Bilbo says, it's like too little butter spread across too much bread.
Bread. Shonen Boys asks, the theme of a robot having a soul / being human has always been a great theme to me, and I really loved how you tracked it in Archie Mega Man. But besides Rocket X, which character in the series embodies this most?
Ooh.
Probably Zero.
Zero, I think you could make an argument for Sigma.
Because
I get part of his obsession. Part of his obsession with X is the realization that the Reploids are not on his level and they cannot evolve.
Mm-hmm.
They cannot reach a greater level where X has limitless growth. And he's just alive enough to covet that. And that, I think, or at least how I would approach, is kind of the crux to his Maverick motivation, is that he wants to be real. He wants to be alive as X is. And if he can't, then he's going to push X to that next level so that Reploid kind will be dragged up with him. It's a nice, there you go. There's your darkness to the situation to make it better. It's a twisting of everything that fundamentally makes X great. What Light intended for him corrupted through nothing but good intention. And also, the virus that was probably invented by Wily, but they...
Yeah, whatever. Don't worry about that. DDRMM has a question. We know about your Spamton impression. Now, how would you handle doing impressions of Tenna or Gerson?
Oh. Tina would be tricky because he has a lot of Spamton vibes. So and I believe that's intentional. But he isn't the same level of manic, unsettling, frightening, oh God. There's a desperation and pitifulness to Tina. There's that, it's the old TV show personality, the Bob Barker type.
Okay.
But what would the voice be? It has to be bombastic. It has to be energetic. I guess it just wouldn't be quite as nasally or as frantic as Spamton, because Spamton is all the way up here.
Yeah.
Well, then Tina would be somewhere closer to here. He isn't quite as manic. You don't necessarily worry about leaving your dog or small children with him, because it's TV time! This is just an old man. Yay, for old man. He's gonna wander into the fight and just win. That's how he does. I can't do that laugh, that weird cackling gargle he does. Oh, it's delightful. You have to finish up Deltarune, Kyle, so you know Gerson.
All right.
Like, Gerson is like such a huge plot thing. You have to know Gerson.
I'll know him eventually.
Gerson is the best.
Someday.
Always. Like, on the tier of 1 to best, he's like triple best. Oh, Gerson.
You know, if Tina is supposed to be a Bob Barker type, you know, you could leave if you left your dog with him, you'd probably end up spayed or neutered.
Well, that's for the benefit of everyone. It's just, unfortunately, you'd get a mini game with him.
I got too much homework after this episode. I ain't gonna do any of it. Kidding, maybe, sort of. All right, the Wild J50 asks, Mega Man meets Thomas the Tank Engine. Okay, that wasn't really asking anything. That was just saying, giving a scenario.
The Blue Bomber and the Blue...
Choo-choo.
Boiler Engine?
Blue Bomber and the Blue Choo-choo.
I imagine Rocket gets his power and he just turns into a locomotive himself. You've got this Thomas the Tank Engine, but with Rock's face on it, looking very confused. And the smokestack is his Buster Cannon!
There you go.
Yes!
There you go. I mean, we had Charge Man.
And Wily's going to make him derail. But then you hear the train whistle go, doo-doo-doo-doo-doo, and here comes the Blues Engine.
Oh no! Oh no!
And then there's one that's based on bass, and it looks like the train out of the end of Back to the Future 3 with the fins.
No.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. You sold me on this. You sold me on this. That's very funny. That's very funny. That's very good. Yeah.
Even now there's hope for trains.
Damn it, Flynn.
Chugga chugga choo choo for everlasting peace.
Oh no. Oh no. Oh no.
I'm crying.
Oh no. And then Charge Man is there because of course he is.
Of course he is. He's like, I'm out of my league.
Oh man. Things get real weird.
I want to see. I want to see Wily as like this Dick Dastardly train engineer.
Okay. Yes. Yes.
Oh my god.
All right. Yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. What even is happening right now? This episode has gone off the rails. Oh man.
Wow.
That's funny. uh, uh, everyone else is looking at us like, all right.
Are we doing the thumbnails for this? Because I really want this as the thumbnail.
I mean, we might be able to.
Nova,
if we have an
please,
episode,
I'll be your friend.
we'll put it out on Wednesday. Yeah, we'll put this episode out on Wednesday. That should give them enough time to do a thumbnail, right?
Oh my god.
It'll be Nova's friend. Be Nova and Noni's friend.
And of course, the sequel hook is everything goes back to normal until there's a knock at the door and there's Thomas Man.
Thomas Man. Wait, hold on. Is
Man.
this Thomas Light or Thomas the Train? Thomas the Tank Engine. Why not both, I guess?
Oh god.
Oh man. Oh man. We have a surprisingly
we have to move on.
We have a surprisingly large contingent of Thomas the Tank Engine fans in our community, so I think a thumbnail would be appropriate for that. Yes.
And if you are a Thomas fan and you are listening to this, please rest assured this is not mockery. This is pure delight. I love this so much. I legit want to see this happen.
Our community,
Capcom, please give me a call.
Our community loves Blue Heroes. What can we say?
Hey, they got a good track record.
Yeah.
Track record.
You didn't do that on purpose originally, right?
Oh, I absolutely did. But you didn't laugh, so I made sure you got it.
I was wondering.
What can I say? I'm well trained.
Yeah. All right, let's move on from this. Leon D asks, can you share any interesting factoids about the evolutionary history of the various species of Drogoon? How much of their society is informed by their biology and instincts? This seems like a much deeper question than we could get to on this.
Oh, this is an hour-long episode by itself.
I was gonna say
it is actually part of one of the projects that I am legit moving forward on, which is Drogoon Compendium.
Yeah,
because I'm never going to be able to explore all the lore crafting I have done just through the main series by itself. So the idea is an illustrated guide to the basics of the realms, the inhabitants, the animals, the plants, the cultures, the sports, the imports, the exports, your favorite foods, what kind of music do these people like? And I have an artist in mind. I've got enough of a document now that Google Docs is actually kind of choking on it. I haven't even gotten to one section, so this is going to have to be broken up into multiple docs, I think. But yeah, I would absolutely love to expand upon it, but that is not something I can do in less than an hour, quite literally. And even one particular race would be a long monologue, and that's not fair to everybody else asking a question. So that is an excellent question. I am definitely going to answer that. I am in the process of answering that, but it is something I've considered, and I have no idea when this is going to see the light of day, but it'd be nice if I could get it out by next year. Oh, who am I kidding? 2027 at this rate.
Well, it depends on how much work ends up getting put on yours and Adam's plate. That's for sure.
I have a different artist in mind in particular for this, but it would depend on her rate, her schedule, and I'm going to have to Kickstarter it. There's no way I can fund this out of pocket.
Okay.
But, well, first I have to have the copy done. Once the book is written, then I know what the page count is. I know what the asset count is. I can go to her and say, hey, can you do this? And if she's not available, then start looking for another artist. And then once I get that quote, then I can go to like Kickstarter or something and say, hey, here's a book where I nerd out about all the things I made up in my own head. You want to throw money at it? And I hope someone does.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Or, the lotto ticket comes in which case, off to my cave and my occasional cheeseburger. There's a lot of food this episode.
I think we're hungry. Mr. Runodon asks, somehow Bradford Buzzard turns back into normal. How does his personality and objective of destroying the concept of adventure change after being stuck as Magicka's pet and his plans failing? This is DuckTales 2017, in case anybody's wondering. I'm trying to remember.
I would like to think that having reached such a height and dropped to such a low, that it would recontextualize things. Like, up until the end, Bradford was insisting that he wasn't a villain, even though he was going like full super mega villain. And his final act, I felt, was out of sync with everything they had built up to that point, but there's a whole other long critique of how that ended anyway. Having tried and failed to eliminate a concept, I think he would kind of realize, you know what? Trying to erase an abstract through magical means is the same kind of malarkey that he just doesn't care for anyway. So he goes back to investment banking.
All right. Sure, why not?
And he's the one who tries to get GameStop destroyed, and then all the apes hold strong, and he's further foiled.
Oh, man. Charming Magician asks, Shantae as a Reploid, how does it go? I've seen this fan art. It looks really cool. She looks awesome as a Reploid.
She absolutely would.
But how does it go? I mean, it's a great crossover.
She gets the Rhythm Buster. It's charged by Hip Wiggle. She can decimate buildings.
I like it. I like the idea. I like everything about this.
What's that one version that she has where she's got like the hologram ponytail?
Oh, is that like a recent one? About. Yeah, I do. Yeah.
Yeah. Go with that. No. It's an actual ponytail coming out of the helmet, and it changes color with whatever weapon she has equipped.
There you go.
And it's actually like some kind of operable fiber optic cable, so she can like climb with it and still do the hair whip thing, and maybe helicopter.
Yeah, there's a few different versions of her. Like there's a Mega Man Zero style version of Shantae, is Mega Man X style version of Shantae. Yeah, it's all sorts of really good stuff.
And she's got a really solid base design that you can iterate on really easy.
Pretty much.
It's almost like that's by design. Goodness.
Wow. Yes. All right, Sonikai has a question. Genuine Rabid-related question. How familiar are you with the platformer prototype of Rayman Raving Rabbids? And do you think that version of the game had any potential?
What little I remember seeing looked funny and fun, but I also remember seeing what looked like just the most basic tech demo. So you can't really say what the game itself would be like. If there's any more than that out there, I either haven't seen it or I don't remember it.
Yeah, I don't know. I didn't see that. I heard that it was originally intended to be a platformer, but I didn't.
And I remember Rayman going through like waves of zombie-like rabbids doing a beat 'em up, swinging the fists around.
Yep.
And that was back when the rabbids were just the mindless zombie horde, and that was hilarious.
Oh yeah. That was back in the day before they made the rabbids like have character and stuff. All right, let's switch over to some super chats because we've gotten a couple more. This one's from Pedanticat. You've mentioned the idea of Rock'n'Roll rescuing Volnut from the moon, but how would the two adjust to and fit in with the setting of Legends?
Well, that's the story, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
They come from a world where there is a stark division between man and machine, and by Legends, there isn't. But they already pass for human, for the most part, or maybe that's something to explore. Like, are they obviously robots to the people of Legends timeline?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. There's a couple of ways you could take that, but I think there would be a somberness from how much time has passed. All that they have known and loved is gone. Very, very gone by that point. But it's also a world in which man and machine are one. It is a largely peaceful world where, generally speaking, folks cooperate and get along together, and advanced technology is used for the greater good. It's their father's vision fully realized. And that would be heartening. Their daddy's dream came true and they got to see it.
Well, there you go. DDRMM has a super chat question. You and Kyle's favorite Halloween traditions?
Candy.
Yeah, pretty much. Delicious.
Don't really have
candy.
Don't have much of a tradition. There's a few things that I, like to that come to mind. There's a couple of Halloween songs that I find myself singing in the car. I begin randomly quoting the Angry Beavers Halloween special because that was hilarious and brilliant, and I fondly remember my family watching it together and just everybody just screaming with laughter. Fantastic cartoon, great Halloween special. And I get that inclination yet again to join a haunted house or similar experience as one of the frighteners. Because I don't like receiving the spooky, but I do enjoy delivering the spooky.
Yeah, you do.
So
Yeah.
I'm a hypocrite. I admit it, whatever. But I wouldn't have the time to do it. And I honestly don't know if I'd be able to stand the ambient spookiness of the venue. Like, I think I would just be creeped out by proxy, and I wouldn't be able to I wouldn't do a good job if I'm sitting there going, I'm uncomfortable. So you're there to make other people uncomfortable. Stop it. You wet blanket. Go home.
Well, there you go.
Actually,
what's
a
up?
local tradition. It's really funny. There's this family-owned Italian restaurant just down the street from us. If you're in the GTA, check out Mama Martino's. It's pretty good. And a sizable house right next to the property went up for sale, and it was bought and converted into a haunted house. And
okay.
They worked out a deal with the restaurant so that come Halloween, they park this hearse next to the restaurant, right on the corner where you would have to turn to get to the haunted house, and have like this full animatronic skeleton driving it, and this motion sensor where he starts talking to you about all the spooky stuff going on with the haunted house. And they do like cross promotion stuff. There's usually like this huge line to go into the haunted house, and you exit out from behind the restaurant, I think. It started up a few years ago, and it's like the Martino's haunted house, even though they're not affiliated technically. I don't know. It's weird, but it's fun. I ain't going in there, but I like it in principle.
Okay.
I think one year they had one of those 20-foot tall skeletons with the glowing eyes that you got at Home Depot.
Of course.
You've seen those, right?
Yes. All right. We're getting toward the end of the show, so no more questions to throw at us tonight. If you have them, we have many other methods of sending us questions, so do one of those. Thank you, everybody who sent in a question tonight and everyone who's listened. This one is from Party Man. I'm a big Donkey Kong fan, but didn't love the movie Prince change. If you were given the chance to do anything with his life, what would you do?
movie prince change?
Apparently, the movie made him a prince. I guess.
I guess
I don't
technically.
remember that. Like that it was a
Well, because
very minor thing, but yeah.
yeah, they leaned into the whole like as techie angle, and Cranky
Yeah.
was now leader of that group. So technically, yeah, okay,
Yeah.
I see that. Yeah, I'm not wild about Cranky being the grand poobah of anything, and yeah, by association, DK being a prince, not wild about it. But it never really came up in the movie.
I don't remember it
D-
being a big thing, no.
no, like DK was Seth Rogen when you get down to it. That's another issue.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
nothing against the man. He's clearly got a passion for his craft and he's won awards and he seems like a nice guy. It's just Seth Rogen is Seth Rogen. That's all there is to it. So
Pretty much.
the minute they said he's Donkey Kong, I'm like, well, you know what? Jack Black has range. Let's see. Nope, it's Seth Rogen. It's Seth Rogen coming out of Donkey Kong. Yeah. But since the movie didn't do anything with it, I don't see any reason to do anything with it. You know?
Yeah.
They weren't committed to the bit, so why dredge it up again?
We'll see if it comes up in the new one, if Donkey Kong is even a factor in the new one. We'll see.
You could lampshade it with if they did like a Donkey Kong spinoff and K. Rool is doing his nonsense and there's some kind of prophecy over, the royal one will get the banana horde or something. And then the twist is that technically DK is royalty and thus he fulfills the prophecy and he's like, oh, neat, banana. And,
Ooh, banana.
Tosses the crown aside because it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
I don't know. If you have to acknowledge it, pay it lip service, play it for a joke, don't lean into it.
All right. Let's do a few more standard questions.
Yeah.
Knuckles Omega asks, Digimon made a new Mega Monkey Digimon called Saiton Goku Woman. Type on Google and what you think of that design. Didn't you ask a question earlier, Knuckles Omega? You're the one who wanted us to look at the Gekomon.
Super.
Was it? Oh, okay. It was the super the first time. Okay. This is the standard. I mean, all right.
So it's Saito.
Goku Woman. It's Gokumon with a W after the U.
Yeah.
Okay. He's like a kick-ass monkey man. That's pretty cool.
I'm getting Common Rider links.
Oh.
Digimon. Like, I'm assuming this is going to be a song.
It is. It is. Yeah, it's...
Ooh, look at you. You're a big boy.
But he's pretty cool. He's a big monkey man.
A little over-designed for my taste, but
Sun Wukong, yeah.
It's kind of neat.
Pretty cool. Yeah, sure. All right, Nikki has one. With Rockin' Blues racing with a certain blue rodent, the rest of the Light family, minus Light himself, decide to go to the Plumbers Racing Tournament. How does it go?
Oh, Roll's vicious.
As she should be, damn it.
She's gonna ride that blue shell until you're on the last lap and you think you're safe, and then no. Base doesn't get very far because he immediately tosses any item that isn't triple red shell.
Okay.
Like he does not want to waste his time with any of this crap. Get it out of his way. He wants the homing missiles.
Yeah.
Otto's just happy to be included, although it's kind of hard to steer with just one hand.
Otto's just happy to be here.
And nobody can find Dr. Wily. Where did he go? Where did he? Oh, he's gone off track. He's driven off to Peach's castle trying to usurp the throne while everybody else is driving.
While everyone else is racing, yeah.
And that's when Bowser pulls a sharp U-turn, because if anybody's going to take over Peach's castle, it's going to be him.
It's going to be him, yeah. Perfect. And here's one from Brett F. 2 planes are traveling to the same place. Plane A is closer but travels slower. Plane B is faster but is further away. Now, how would the cast of Drogoon react to these types of questions?
Wind would snarl and roll her eyes, because Foreign tried to do this kind of stuff back in the day before she finally broke his spirit and he gave up. She ain't going to do it now. You can't make her. She doesn't fly anything, okay? She beats up stuff. You point her at it, she'll do that. It's fine. It's simple. She likes it that way.
Yeah.
Lissy just likes the picture of the airplanes. They're very cute airplanes. They don't really have airplanes like that in the cosmos. Where do you get planes like that? She wants to fly on one. Foreign finds the whole thing ridiculous because you haven't given him any pertinent information. What is the distance in actual kilometers? What is the speed of the individual planes? What is the engine output? There are numerous factors that you have not provided to make an accurate estimate here. And Joe Boone says that it really depends on how much money's to be made by that delivery. Because if plane A is going to make further bank, you better believe it's going to get there on time, if not a little earlier.
Makes sense to me. All right, we got gonna do one last question on this episode. We have a few left over. Thank you to everyone who sent one in. Sorry if we didn't get to yours. But we'll go ahead and wrap up with this one last one from Shadow the Destroyer. Who's your favorite YouTuber?
I
have quite a few.
That's a toughie.
There's one recently that I've been watching that I really have enjoyed. She's very funny. She goes by Memoria, and she does a lot of gaming stuff. And it's like she plays a lot of games, and she's very entertaining. She's very funny. Like she's done some of the like supermarket simulator and games like that, and like she's very funny. Just in terms of like her style of humor is very much like kind of up my alley. It's just like kind of goofy, but also a little dark. And it's like all right, I'm down with it. And I don't know, she's very good. It's definitely one I would recommend watching. She just has a very entertaining approach to video gameplay.
I had to pull up my subscription list because I was totally blanking, but I've got like 50 something subscriptions. It's like, I know there's people that I watch. So
I have a lot more too. That's just one of the recent ones that I started watching and I discovered.
Okay, well, we'll trade off back and forth a bit.
Go ahead.
In no particular order, and these are not paid promotions. These are just, folks I watch. Tasting History with Max Miller. His whole shtick is he finds dishes from across the ages, from ancient Rome to World War II or whatever, and recreates them as authentically as he can while giving bite-sized overviews of the history of the time. And he is just incredibly charming. He always has some pertinent Pokemon in the background of whatever he's doing, and it's always funny. He's very well spoken. His videos are excellently put together. He's a pretty good cook. He recently made something that was absolutely god awful, and it was hilarious to watch him choke it down. He's great. He is absolutely great. Recommend him without hesitation.
Tech Tangents used to be Akabuku, I believe was originally his name on YouTube, but now is Tech Tangents. Just his sheer enthusiasm for old computer hardware and just old electronic stuff in general is just like, this guy is like, he gets so excited once he gets something like nobody cares about anymore working again. Like, it's just like kind of infectious. Like, yeah, you did it. You got it working. Now what are you gonna do with this old supercomputer from 50 years ago that nobody wants anymore? Whatever, it works now. That's all that matters. It's like, yes, you do that. You do that, dude. He also has a Hydro Thunder arcade machine, to bring this back to an earlier question.
Hey, there you go.
Yeah, so, and he's like, yeah, he spent a lot of time just getting that thing working. And I'm like, man, yeah, all right, I'm down with this guy. This guy is cool. Like, I see his PC game collection, and I'm like, yeah, this guy, I like this guy. He does some very cool stuff, and just his enthusiasm is very infectious. So it's a lot of fun to watch him get excited about old tech.
I follow a few of the channels from Matt McMuscles.
Oh yeah,
he's huge into video game history and present day games and anime and nerdery, and he's a chill guy. Like, his videos, I'll usually put them on if I'm gonna do a bit of exercise, because it's good to have something on and distracting at the time, and it's a good way to measure out the time as well. And he's an entertaining individual, and he's popping off Simpsons references left, right, and center, and all his cackling along. I'm like,
and you're just
I'm assuming that's a Simpsons thing.
Of course, as is the style at the time. Yes. And then I guess one more I watch, Raffle Waffle, who does a lot of racing game coverage, especially about Gran Turismo, but also talks about like just some weird things about like racing, like especially like stuff that would be more obscure to us in the West, like Japanese touring car racing and stuff like that, Super GT as it's called, or the JGTC as it used to be called. Talks about some of that stuff, and like, oh, this is actually like really interesting, because we know about some of that stuff in the West thanks to Gran Turismo making some of the cars more popular and reaching a wider audience, but I feel like we don't actually really know a lot about what happened there in the West. So this guy actually brings it across and actually gives some context to what these cars are and what their meaning is and why they would be included in like racing games like Gran Turismo or Forza even. So stuff like that. So I think that's really interesting too.
Yeah. Channel called Bright Sun Films. A fellow named Jake, who, among other things, goes to high-end cruises or hotels to see if they're actually worth the money. And does all sorts of documentaries on companies that went bankrupt or buildings that went defunct, and doing a little bit of urban exploration. And basically does a bunch of mini documentaries. They're all very interesting. I don't know. He's got a very good cadence to his voice.
I got one more. One more. Bring us Studios. This is another guy who gets really excited about old tech. but I like him. Like he did it's called the Great Nugget Drag Race, which is the where he tested a bunch of older portable devices to see how fast they could install Windows from. Like if like, you can take the install files off a disk and put it on like, say, an old iPod, and then see how long it takes for an old iPod to install Windows 10. Or put the install files on a PSP. See how long it takes for the PSP to install Windows 10 on a normal computer. So, and he did that with a whole bunch of them, like a bunch of old phones and stuff like that. As long as they had enough space to fit it on there, he put it on there. Some of
That's
them took a really long time. And then for some reason, somehow he gets his hands on like these weird old prototypes. Like he has like a $3,000 prototype Steam Deck.
Oh wow!
And like he's also like tried to see if he could do something with like those really old, crappy like kids' laptops and all sorts of things like that. And his humor is very, very good. Like he has a lot of TF2 references and stuff like that, and makes like a lot of Half-Life 2 sounds throughout his videos. It's like, you know, tries to do things and it makes that burp noise from Half-Life. It's like, nope, not working. So
Excellent.
very good stuff. Yeah, it's very entertaining. He has a keyboard he never cleans. It's the dirty cherry keyboard.
Oh no!
Well, he only uses it for he only uses it for testing. So, and hey, it has to stay dirty now because it's literally in its name. So, yes.
This one, you know, we introduced you to this guy at MagFest, Rolfer.
Roffler, yes. Roffler is funny.
Who does goofy videos based of all the Hollywoodverse stuff, and his comedic timing is just impeccable.
And his music selections are also very good.
Oh yes.
Yeah, those Roffler's music videos are very entertaining.
Shout out to Mothlight Media that does videos on ancient animals that are incredibly educational. I just feel bad because he has such a soothing and soft delivery that I'm fascinated by what he says. I fall asleep half the time.
Yeah.
And I get mad at myself because I want to hear the video. Like the art that he chooses is credited and, you know, great. And he's usually very clear and concise with all this information and pronouncing names in ancient Greek that I don't know. But he is such a wonderfully chill voice. It's like if I am not wide awake, I will nod off. Like, dude, if you do not do ASMR stuff, you should. You would like kill in that market. Just a couple more quick. Mori Kitchen. She takes recipes from Genshin Impact and actually makes them.
Okay, yeah.
As close as one can.
One
and
can.
actually followed her recipe for Risley's potatoes, and oh my god, dude. Those were amazing.
That sounds pretty good.
Frank, he does these nature videos, but they're not ones to watch with your parents in the room.
Yeah.
As he describes it, it's not suitable for children or adults with the mentality of children. And they are funny. They are very funny.
Yeah. I really enjoy Fami. F4MI is her name.
Okay.
And again, another person who's into old tech stuff, but she gets into some really crazy stuff like, you know, talking about the last format war, HD DVD versus Blu-ray, and the Xbox 360 version of Portal being free technically if you can get around the point in the game where the demo cuts off. If you can work around that, the whole entire game is available for you to play if you can get behind that. So you have to, once you get to if you can get around that cutoff point, which she figures out a whole way to get around it, you can play the whole game for free on Xbox.
She's thinking with portals.
It's very, very, very silly. So yeah, and then she talks about like the history of like how they apparently there was like this whole oh geez, I'm not sure how to put it exactly. I guess there was this whole Nintendo hired people to go to people's houses in certain areas of Europe to make sure that their Wii was connected to the internet because I guess it wasn't like a normal thing for consoles to be connected to the internet. So, you know, they had people go around and help Nintendo Wii owners connect their Wii to the internet. It's very interesting that Nintendo would do that. Like, it's all just it. She does some very cool stuff like that, talking about stuff like that.
A band called Too Many Zoos.
Ah,
They're a, what do you even describe them as? An eclectic jazz ska band? Look, they managed to make a pretty catchy tune with a car alarm as the bass beat. I dig them. I like them a lot.
There's a lot of
And anybody who can play a contrabass while dancing has respect in my book.
Whoa, okay, yeah.
I don't know if it's a contrabass, but it's something like that. It's a big horn.
Yeah.
Shout out to an old friend from like back in the other M days, and I don't mean Metroid. Named by Andrea Rex. She advertises her channel as Mental Health and Monsters.
Okay.
She's got like 110 subscribers right now. If you're listening, maybe bump that up by 1 or 2 digits.
Hmm. I feel like I've mentioned this one before, but whatever, I'll mention it again. 3D Bot Maker does Hot Wheels racing, downhill racing, but like the production values are kind of insane, and the commentary is very, very funny and extremely entertaining, and also very good. Like, you start to kind of believe, like, these cars are actually like really being driven by people, even though they're just little toy Hot Wheels cars. They're 1/64th scale little cars, but there's like this whole mythology around certain racers, and like there's this whole thing of like, cars going off the track and hitting people, and it's like, oh, it's fine, they signed a waiver. And so now it's gotten to a point where there's a little tents on the side of the track that say waivers on them. So, go sign your waiver. So, if you get hit, if you get smacked by a car going off the track, it's not our responsibility as long as you signed a waiver. Yeah, it's very funny. I love that kind of stuff. So, but the 3D Bot Maker, I feel like, takes it to in kind of an extreme. Like, just the production values, just the miniature work is like excellent. The scale miniatures look really cool, and also just the production value overall is like, you'd never think it's just pretty much like one guy. He does everything, and it's really freaking good. Lots of fun.
Speaking of one guy doing the job of many, a fellow named Tim Warwick. That's Wurick. One man barbershop quartet.
Oh, wow.
And the clarity and intensity of the sound he is able to produce it gives me chills. Like, I don't know what this dude does. I don't know how he has that kind of lung capacity, but man, it's impressive. Terminal Montage. Really needs no explanation.
Yeah.
Casual Geographic, fellow who he was doing like TikToks for a while of just like animal facts, and he got huge. He's got a book out. He, is a major conservationist supporter, and he is just incredibly intelligent. Like, his wordplay is phenomenal. And he's like just super chill and relaxed about everything. He's a really cool dude.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 or 2 more, otherwise I'll be
do it. Yeah, go do it.
You suck at cooking. It's one of those mini cooking instruction videos, but not. And maybe you know this one, Technological Connections.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I do believe, yeah.
He explains how a lot of technology works in a very accessible sort of way, and he can be really sarcastic in a hilarious way.
Yeah. Technology Connections is good stuff, yeah.
He's just delightful to watch. So,
yep.
And I could really, oh my God.
We could go on. I have a lot more too, but
yeah. Okay.
no, let's cut it off here.
That's like a week's worth of watching for you guys anyway. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Check out some of those folks. I recommend them.
And if they ask, where do all these people suddenly come from? Because, we're such a big channel. Tell them that you were sent by BumbleKast. Maybe they'll mention us and we'll see numbers grow big.
Ooh, big numbers.
I like numbers grow big.
I like big numbers. Big numbers. Anyway, speaking of big numbers, there's been a big number of questions on this episode.
Yes. That timer is increasing incrementally.
Yes,
terrifyingly indeed. So, thank you again to Kazi for manning the social media channels. Thank you to Jennifer R. and Professor Rye for managing all the questions. Thank you for submitting all the questions and your super chats. I know I had a lot of fun this episode.
Yes, we did. Thank you, Ian, for being here to answer these questions.
Thank you, Kyle, for reading all the questions.
Yes.
And be good to yourselves. Be good to each other. Watch out what you do with that chowder. And we will see you next time on the BumbleKast.
Stop talking about the chowder.